Hi everyone, this is MJ. Welcome back on MCOD channel. I hope you all are doing great. So friend, we are learning here about software testing, and as of now we have covered the functional testing and its concept and manual testing. So friends, now we are going to look about the non-functional testing. So let's get started. So non-functional testing means like here we can test the application performance, application speed, application scalability, application usability, application reliability, and application security. Also, we can ensure our application performs well under the expected and unexpected condition. Okay. So in simple words, functional testing means we can check the what the system does. Where the non-functional testing we can check the how the system behaves. Okay. So this is about the non-functional testing definition. Next, we can look about the one example, a real-time example of the non-functional testing. And what exactly difference between the non-functional and functional testing. So let's take example of Amazon. Inside that, functional testing means there we can validate user is able to log in or not, and is user is able to buy a product or confirm the order or not. Okay, but in the non-functional testing, we can test like at the same time, 1,000 or 10,000 or more than that, user are able to log in or buy the product or add the product. This kind of a functionality they are able to perform, or are they able to add any product to the cart or not? This kind of things we can validate. Or during this situation, if there any wrong application behavior happens or not, this kind of things we can do as part of the non-functional testing. So functional means we can validate the feature. Non-functional means we can validate the quality of the system. Okay. Now next point is importance of the non-functional testing. First is ensure the system can handle the real world load. See friends, while development, few developer and few testers are there. They are creating and they are using that application. But whenever we can push that application in the real time environment or real world, so there are lots of users. We can say thousand and more than that users at users using that application at a once. So that time system should handle the load. Okay, that kind of a testing we can done as part of the non-functional testing. Next is improves the user experience. So in non-functional testing, we can check the UI of the application, and there we can check which field is placed where, or is there any change required in between. Cause suppose you are on the login page, login username and password is there. With that, login button should be there. So this kind of a things we can validate as part of the user experience. So user cannot feel boring while using the app. Okay. So next point is we can confirm the system is secure and stable. So everyone knows each and every application we have login page, register page. So that is the one example of the security and stability. Okay. So without a registered user cannot able to log in, and registered user cannot face any kind of issue while the login. Okay. And last one is SLA. SLA means service level agreement. There we can decide some specific time. So suppose we have performed some task like uh, buy the product, and you stuck on the card page. You haven't completed any your order. You just came out of the application. So after some time, you will get notification like your still order is not placed, or still your order is not confirmed. This kind of message, this comes by the application automatically. That things comes under the SLA. There we can decide the specific time. Okay. So these are the importance of the non-functional testing. Now let's move towards the types of the non-functional testing. Okay, friends. Here I want to inform one thing. This video will take some additional time or extra time, cause non-functional testing is the very important type in the manual testing, and each and every manual tester should understand all concepts of non-functional testing. Here in the non-functional testing, we will have multiple concepts, multiple types. Okay, so as a tester, you should be able to understand, as well as you should be able to perform this kind of a testing alone. Okay, and yourself. So please pay attention here. You will definitely get much idea about the all concepts at the end of this video. or if we completely watch this video, definitely you will know everything about the non-functional testing. So let's come on the point. First type is the performance testing. There we can check the system speed, system response, and stability under the load. Example is website should load within a 3 seconds. Suppose you reloaded that any website page, that page should be reloaded within a 3 seconds. Next is a load testing. There we can check the system performance under the expected user load. Suppose we decided 5,000 users can use this application. At that moment, when 5,000 users tries to log in into the application, that time system should not throw any unexpected behavior or an unexpected error. Okay. Same for the stress testing. Can system behave beyond the limit? We can check that kind of things. Like suppose we have allowed the 20,000 users, and we at the same time 20,000 user like online on the application. So that time system any problem system is creating any kind of problem or system is creating any kind of crashes thing. So that kind of testing done as part of the stress testing. Next is the scalability testing. So there we can check if the system can handle the growth. Suppose at the initial level we have only 10,000 users and our system is allowing 20,000 users. After some time, user got increased by 10 to 15,000 and after some time from 15 to 20,000. So during this transition, during this user increment, is there any unexpected behavior happens by the application? This kind of a testing we can done as part of the scalability testing. Next is the security testing. As I mentioned, the login page is the best example of security. From there we can navigate to the home page. So if any valid user is there, he can able to navigate to the home page, or if there any invalid credential user, he will get a error message by the system. Okay. Now next is the usability testing. There we can check the easy of use and design. Ease of use and design. So suppose here I have used the buy now button. Okay. But just take example of login button as well. On the login page with an username and password, login button should be show. Means user can be directly use that button. That button should not be far away from the login username and password. If suppose you have username at that place, password at that place, and login button in this corner, and very small size, very short format. So that time user uh, spend some time to finding that button. So this kind of things not happen. It comes under the usability testing. Okay. Next is compatibility testing. There we can check like how our application performs similar or as it is in a different system like operating system, browsers and device. Okay, like Chrome, Safari, Edge, mobile. Okay? Then reliability and stability testing. Like there we can check app runs continuously without the failure. Suppose one user is came, he logged in, he applied the order, and he done his all things within a 4 minutes. But one another user is there, he have logged in and he continuously using that app for the 6 hours, 7 hours, or 10 hours. So that time, due to the time, there should not be get any kind of inconsistency of the application behavior. That kind of a testing we can done as part of the reliability and stability testing. Now recovery testing. There we can test how well the system recover after the failure. Suppose uh, just because of internet less bandwidth, our application is reloading, but the few images on the page is not got open. Okay, after some time, our internet bandwidth is clear and well. That time, that image should be displayed. So these things are happening or not by himself or by automatically by the application. That things we can done as part of the recovery testing. The next point is the maintainability testing. So there we can measure how easy to fix or update any system. Suppose any small issue happen, so how much easy to fix that issue in real time, or suppose any kind of small additional functionality wants by the client, he, uh, so that time we can test is that additionally wanted functionality is able to develop within a short time and how much it easy. So that kind of things we can run as part of the maintainability testing. Actually, these things comes under the development section. Okay. But as a tester, we need to take care of these things as well. Now, last point is localization and internationalization. So there we can check app adapt to the language and concurrency and format. So there we can switch between the English to Hindi, Spanish. Okay. For just take an example of Google page. If you go for the Google page, you will have Marathi, Hindi, English, Kannada, Telugu, Bengali, this kind of a language. If we click any one of them, our all text of the page will change into that particular language which we have selected. Okay. So this thing comes under the internationalization and localization. This internationalization and localization comes under the development as well. Okay. Now next point is we have another point. We can take one example, but yeah, before that I want to tell these are the different types of the non-functional testing. These are the very important point. You should understand all these things. Okay, so let's move towards the next point. Now next point is example. Okay, one more example I want to show you guys. In the banking domain, we have just taken one example for the e-commerce domain, Amazon. Let's see how much types we can perform with the banking domain. So first type is performance. So there we can take scenario like 1,000 transaction in a 1 minute. So expected output like system process all the transaction within a 2 second each. Okay. So next is security. Suppose we can take any SQL query and try to get access or try to get entry from the real database which we have used for that particular application. So this is not valid, but any hacker tries to that thing. So that time application should throw an error. Application should not give the correct data which is present in the database for the invalid user. Okay. Then usability like new user tries to open account from. So if any user clicks on the new account form, so that time all the fields should be clear and easy to fill. Okay. So these things comes under the usability. Compatibility like take an example of PhonePe, and we can use the PhonePe on our mobile as well. Then Android and iOS and Windows as well. Okay? So everywhere behavior of the application should be same. This means like suppose in India, Google Pay, PhonePe or any other apps, they in the real time multiple users are using that app. Okay, so at the same time if 50,000 people tries to log in into the application, that time system should be work smoothly. It should not create any kind of a bug and failure problem. Okay, so this is the one example. There we have covered this kind of testing time. Even we can check the vulnerability. There we can check the load and trace. Okay, this kind of testing also we can use. Okay, let's move towards the next point, which is the tools of the non-functional testing. So for the performance testing, we can use the JMeter, Load Runner, Gatlin. Those people are experienced here. They know about that tools. Okay, it is just for the simulation of the user. Then security, we have that group splits and NetSparker that detects the vulnerability. Vulnerability is the difficult word, but its meaning is very simple. Like vulnerability means like that part of our code which may be affected by the external user or external hackers. Those are not authorized. Okay. If suppose we have provided a SQL query in our code, but if any third party or any external user tries to use that query and tries to get access of real time database, so that query is the vulnerability things. Okay. Okay. Now next is usability. For that we have Hotjar USCam that analyze the user interaction. Compatibility we have browser stack CrossLab that used for the test across the browser and device. Then for the recovery we have custom script is the tool, and there we can do the simulate failures. And last one is accessibility. We have AXE and Wave. There we can check the compliance with an accessibility standard. So these are the tools we have in the non-functional testing. So we can use it and we can do the performance and we can do the testing of the all this testing type. Let's move toward the next point, which is the difference between functional and non-functional testing. See, friends, in the functional and non-functional testing, functional testing we are mainly focused what the system does, but in the non-functional we can focus on the how the system performs. In functional testing, we can validate the feature. In non-functional testing, we can validate the performance and quality. In functional testing, we can test the application based on the requirement or user stories. In non-functional testing, we can test the application on the quality attribute like speed, security, performance, load, stress, these kind of things. In functional testing, we can use the Selenium, Postman, Playwright, TestNG, this kind of tool. But in the non-functional testing, we can use the JMinter, LoadRunner, Zap, this kind of tool. In functional testing, we can this functional testing actually performed by the QA or tester, but in the non-functional testing, this testing also performed by the QA, but there we have separate performance testers, separate security testers. Okay, and talking about the example, in functional testing, we can just check like can user is able to log in, but in the non-functional testing, the system login response within a 2 seconds. Like if suppose any user provided username and password which is correct and he hit the login button within a 2 seconds, our application is navigating to home page or not. This kind of a things done as part of the non-functional testing. Okay. Now let's move toward the next. Yeah, that's it, I guess. And yeah, friends, we have that much things as part of the non-functional testing. I have covered all things, okay, and I have explained the definition, I have explained the types, I have given the two examples, I have explained the tools as well, which is required for the non-functional testing. So I hope I have covered all these things, and so that's it for the today's session and that this session. So if you like this video, like this concept, please like the video and give comment in the comment section. If anything you want to improve in my videos, please add these things as well. So I will definitely take care of this suggestion in the upcoming videos. Also, you can share this video with your friends so they can also aware with the testing concepts. And if you are not subscribed to my channel 8, please subscribe to M Code. This channel is especially created for the learners, those want to build career or those want to learn things in the software industry, and also hit the bell icon so definitely whenever I can post any new video on my channel, you will never forget any kind of update from the M Code. Okay, and one more thing I want to add here, friends. I have created a Telegram channel with the same name, M Code, and this is the Telegram channel link. So I request to you like please join this channel because whenever you want to know much or if you have any kind of queries and questions, you can directly post on that channel. I will definitely give the answer of each and every questions asked by you. Okay. So I am the responsible for the giving answer of each and every question. And even I request to you please if you have any kind of query or questions, please feel free to ask that kind of question in the comment section as well as in on the Telegram channel. Everywhere I will give the response as per my convenience. Okay. So that's it for today's session. I hope you enjoyed and let's see you in the next video with a new topic. Thank you.